Liberal philanthropist and billionaire George Soros has long been a favorite target of right-wing groups and Eastern European strongmen. That's in part because he donates frequently to Democratic candidates and progressive causes.
Do you believe George Soros is behind all of this?
Claiming that George Soros was paying Hondurans to get on a caravan.
On Twitter and darker corners of the internet, Soros haters have been casting him for years as a villain orchestrating pretty much every event they dislike. But in recent months, President Donald Trump and other elected Republicans have increasingly joined in on the conspiracies, and that could set a dangerous precedent.
Obviously, billionaires have power, whether it's George Soros, whether it's the Koch brothers. It's very clear that they have influence. When you get to conspiracy theorizing, that's when it degrades our democracy. It distracts from the actual issues at hand, and it whips up partisan fervor.
Harriet Tuchman studies extremism at the Anti-Defamation League, a nonprofit that fights against anti-Semitism. He says there's an important distinction between correctly stating that Soros is an extremely influential progressive donor and claiming without evidence that he sways national events for perverse purposes.
There is a fringe element of hardcore anti-Semites who have for many years characterized George Soros as the rich Jew who is manipulating world events, controlling the banks, Hollywood, other organizations, potentially even governments around the world for his own nefarious purposes.
Tuchman admits that a person who tweets a Soros conspiracy theory may not mean to promote anti-Semitism. But even then, Tuchman says these theories could give ammunition to those disseminating the old and dangerous anti-Semitic idea that a group of powerful Jews work behind the scenes to manipulate global events.
Any politician or any public figure who uses anti-Soros conspiracy theories, even if they are not overtly anti-Semitic, creates that effect of, laying the groundwork for the dissemination of actual anti-Semitism. I think that what people need to understand is the history of the anti-Semitic stereotype and the danger that anti-Semitism has posed to Jews, for hundreds of years, and to recognize that disseminating even non-anti-Semitic conspiracy theories about Soros is potentially reinforcing the anti-Semitic ideas about George Soros.